breaking news for Miami, Florida women's basketball. Their freshman Aurora Almón will miss the 2023-2024 season, and that leaves Miami, Florida with 10 players and only have 3 forwards now, 6'4", 6'4", and 6'6". So yeah, they don't have a lot of depth at forward now. And of course, they have some guards, so they might have to switch it up on their rotations anyway. And remember, they were an Elite Eight team last year by surprise. I mean, that's the thing. And they were an NCAA tournament team a year ago. So now, and of course, some faces are gone. But I'm going to go over like their schedule and what does this mean. Like Jacksonville, they play, but they're like a losing record team. And I'm going to go over like the ACC schedule for them as well, just to give some context. So yeah, Jacksonville didn't make it any conference tournaments last year with a losing record. But the next game is Fordham, and they were 19-13 last year. And they made it to the WNIT. So that's one quality team. Of course, the following game is against Southern's an NCAA tournament team, by the way. So that's out of the way on that. And now Colgate, they were 16-14 last year, but they did not make any. They didn't play any postseason tournaments. And then their next game is either East Tennessee State University or Norfolk State. And East Tennessee State women's basketball was. Let me go look at the overall record. But they were second in the Southern Conference last year. I'm just trying to give it FYI on that. And they were in a WBI last year with 25 wins, 10 losses. So they had to make their NCAA tournament through winning the conference tournament, and they clearly didn't do that a year ago. I mean, so yeah. But it's either them or Norfolk State, which Norfolk State, they were the following record. They were 26-7 last year. 26-7, yeah. And they made the NCAA tournament. Of course, they lost to South Carolina, but that's not shocking. That was like a 1 versus 6 team matchup. Now, Mississippi State, they're preseason in the top 25 right now, as we all know, and I know they have a newer head coach because of Vic Schaefer left a few years back. So, yeah, I'm just saying that in terms of history. Okay, it's taking a little bit to load. But anyway, the following game is NGI, New Jersey. NGIT, they were like 13-16 last year. So they shouldn't pose any problems, and they didn't even make any postseasons. So. Yeah, Mississippi State was 22-11 last year. I don't know why it took so long, but yeah. So that's a tougher non-conference game right there. And I'm pretty sure they made the NCAA tournament. if memory serves me correctly. Okay, it's not. But you get the point. It's going to be a tough game right there for Miami, Florida. Yeah, they made an NCAA tournament last year, and they were like around a 32. And they do play DePaul, by the way, which I know DePaul lost Anessa Morrow, or and they were 16 and 17 last year. DePaul was. So and didn't make any postseason. So yeah, possibly a game. Yeah, possibly a game that they could win. Then there's Baylor, and they were 2013 last year. I know that they were around the 32 team, and I should know this on top of my head. But the overall record escapes me right now. But I think it's not because I try to forget. I'm just saying that because it's hard to keep track of everything, and it's a new year and everything like that. That's why I go back time to time to see how the team did. And they were around a 32 team last year, 20 and 13 overall. That's kind of what I thought. But they are much better this year. They added a lot of talent, and they have Dre Edwards playing for them. So, yeah, that it's not just they have one freshman, but they have a lot of transfers, and they returned a lot of players. So, yeah, they're going to be a tough out. They do have Jackson State, and they were 21 and 10 last year, and they were in a WNIT team, by the way. Of course, then they have Alabama State, and they were 16-15 last year. And yeah, they didn't they didn't play any tournaments. So that's just a non-conference slate right there. Of course, they have the ACC, and you got to deal with Louisville. That's an NCAA tournament team. So, yeah, you got Louisville. You got to deal with Boston College. Didn't even make the NCAAs last year. Same thing goes for Wake Forest, too. I mean, Virginia Tech, they're going to be good. Notre Dame is going to be good. I don't know about Olivia Miles, but you get the point. They were NCAA tournament, so NC State was an NCAA tournament team last year. North Carolina was. Duke was. Then you play Wake Forest again, which is helpful. I mean, by the way, it is helpful. They had to play Florida State. They were an NCAA tournament team last year. Clemson, they didn't make the NCAAs. They didn't. Georgia Tech, they did not make the NCAAs last year. Nope, they did not. So, yeah. Syracuse, they didn't make the NCAA tournament last year. Florida State has played them again, and of course the first meeting was on the road, and now it's at home. Virginia didn't make the NCAA tournament. That is at Virginia, and same thing goes for Clemson again. At Clemson, Pitt, they didn't make NCAA tournament last year, so yeah. And there's Georgia Tech again, so it does favor them that they only play for sure like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 NCAA tournament teams in their conference slate. Actually 8. Yeah, 8 teams. But I will say, how many are at home on the road, you ask? Because that's the toughest ones are on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half of those, so it's not really favor one way, favor the other way on home and away. So this is just, we're gonna FYI on this on how their schedule looks this year, and we'll have to wait and see what happens to them and all that, especially with an injury and they're now down 10 players. They cannot afford a lot of foul trouble, and they don't have a lot of depth. I mean, that's the truth. And you're down to 10 players. It's just your starting 5 and there's your backup 5. And I'm sure they're going to figure it out, but I'm just saying. So, and we all know their team is more guard oriented when you look at the roster in particular, because they only have 3 forwards on. I mean, they have 4 forwards on the team at the time. Now they're down to 3. Yikes! And they cannot afford the injury bug at all, because they literally only have 3 forwards left, and if they only lose one more forward, they're doomed. I mean, they're down to 3 right now. Then they'll be down to 2. Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good spot for the team. So they got to make adjustments or something. Play more, maybe more guard heavy. So, anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe on us. You guys are on the road to 600 subscribers. Of course, the ultimate goal is 1,000 or more, so I can make money off this. Of course, liking a video, commenting a video really helps the YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Of course, sharing the video really helps too, so more people can see it that way as well. Of course, you're watching the video really helps, and if you're watching and not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell as well. Even if you're subscribed and you're not, you hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell. It's greatly appreciated. And this is just a huge FYI on Miami, Florida women's basketball, because they made an unprecedented run to the Elite 8 last year, and I know they lost some players. So we have to wait and see, and they don't have a lot of depth now. So that's all.